Hey everyone, I'm Diana. I'm a three-time startup PM and I've now co-founded my own startup, and I follow a lot of B2B SaaS companies so that you don't have to.
Hey everyone, so I have been hearing about Lemlist all over LinkedIn. A lot of people seem to use it, and after I looked at their website, I discovered that I have been the recipient of Lemlist emails. So I wanted to talk about Lemlist today. It kind of falls into the sales enablement automation area of SaaS, but essentially the way that I think I would describe Lemlist, it's a little bit like platforms like Outreach, SalesLoft, Mixmax, who all try to automate the sales process so that you're building a repeatable, scalable way to actually outbound into potential customers. Now, Lemlist has a website that is pretty self-explanatory, and I would go in and show you what the product looks like, but they have this weird copyright clause. So I'm just going to kind of walk through what they do. So Lemlist kind of does four main things. The first thing is email personalization. So what they allow you to do is they allow you to basically create emails where you can embed these variables that make that email seem personalized. So even though you're reaching out to your potential prospects in a scalable way, you're kind of sending a similar email, you're at least making it seem a little bit more personalized by adding these variables. And this is a really common design pattern in all of these email automation tools in the space. Now, what I think is particularly unique about Lemlist that's actually different from things like Outreach and SalesLoft is they really built for that sales rep or that SDR in mind, because you can see that they include cool features like for different personas, I'm going to actually send a different chunk of text, not just that variable embedding. Or I'm going to try to make my emails look more personal by actually letting Lemlist randomly write some text for me. So that's really cool as well. And then, of course, every single SDR I've ever met or did a customer interview with has been worried about sending out and blasting emails that they can't double check before they send it out. So they also take that into account before you press send. So they have a lot of these like small cool features that really, I think, set it apart from some of the existing email automation tools out there today. Now they also do what products like Mixmax, Outreach, SalesLoft do, which is setting up sequences where you can basically do, I'm going to send an email today, I'm going to send an email 2 days from now to follow up. If they don't follow up, I'm going to maybe set in a task for myself so that I know that I should reach out on LinkedIn. And then if they reply, I'm going to take them out of the sequence. So they do stuff like that as well, which is pretty cool. And then they also have some more advanced features that cross multiple channels. In particular, I actually really like this idea of custom images, custom videos, or landing pages. So what you could do is when you send an email, you can actually personalize images. And I have been the recipient of these emails before, and I've wondered, how did this person create this image where it literally has like them smiling with like a piece of paper that has my name on it? So now I know that it was sent through Lemlist. But anyway, you can send custom images, and then you can also create these custom landing pages. So when people are actually interested, they can go over, view a personalized video, and then sign up for a meeting. Lemlist also has a couple integrations that I think are really important if you're kind of a bigger company or if you have a sales team. So that's definitely something to check out. I think the reason why Lemlist caught my eye is because they just do such a great job with content marketing. So you can check out how they have like a bunch of templates on their website so that you can kind of get started faster. They have a bunch of resources. So really, I think this is why I decided to take a look at this particular company. Now, I do think there are a lot of tools in this space. So I do think the devil is in the details. If you're kind of a larger company, you want to make sure the integrations actually work the way you expect. You want to make sure the activity histories for all of the contacts are actually linked, so you're not having salespeople stepping on each other's toes and everything is synced up correctly. But I think if you're kind of more like a small to medium sales team, this seems like a really great tool because it kind of has some additional features like the image personalization, the landing pages, the scheduling. That really make it kind of a unique tool that I think could be really effective for kind of more of that small, medium sales team. Now, it does look like they actually have some customers that are pretty big. But again, I think if you're kind of a bigger company, you want to make sure that the integrations and the workflows all work for you, especially since a lot of the bigger companies are already on some kind of email automation platform. So you just want to make sure that whatever experience you expect from here is going to match the experience that your team is used to. Now, the one thing that I actually thought was pretty cool is they were really smart about including this additional feature product area called Lemwarm, which basically warms up your email account so that you don't get put into spam. So that was really smart, and I really like that. And I think that's actually a key reason why, if I were to actually start using an email automation platform, I would actually consider using something like this, just because having that built in is just such a great benefit. We often hit this issue where we used to have our SDRs on outreach, and they would get blocked on Gmail because they're sending out too many emails. So something like this sounds really great, and because it's built into the tool, the two kind of like go hand in hand. So that's it from me on Lemlist. There are a lot of tools in the space, but I really like this particular company because of all the content that they're creating, all the value that they're generating for the community, and they're just like they've got that like those little features that really make you feel like they understand what it's like to have to send a lot of outbound emails all the time. So I definitely check this one out, and also take a look at some of the other platforms in the space that I mentioned earlier, like a Mixmax, an Outreach, or a SalesLoft. So that's it for me today.
So I know how hard it is to stay up to date with all of the SaaS products that are literally coming out every day. So I have a playlist that covers all the SaaS products that I find particularly interesting that you might find interesting as well. So if you think this is useful, hit the subscribe button.